Yamunatiravanachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Jai Radha Shama Sunder Radha Shama Sunder Radhe Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jai Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki Shri Krishna Balaram ki Shri Gauranitai ki Srila Prabhupada ki Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is 17 and 19. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, a division of 5, text 19. mūḍha-grāheṇātmano yat pīḍayā kriyate tapaḥ parasyotsādanārthaṁ tamasam udāhṛtam mūḍha-grāheṇātmano yat pīḍayā kriyate tapaḥ parasyotsādanārthaṁ tamasam udāhṛtam mūḍha-grāheṇātmano yat pīḍayā kriyate tapaḥ parasyotsādanārthaṁ tamasam udāhṛtam mūḍha-grāheṇātmano yat pīḍayā kriyate tapaḥ parasyotsādanārthaṁ tamasam udāhṛtam. Mataji's? Manoyat pīḍayā kriyate tapaḥ parasyotsādanārthaṁ tamasam udāhṛtam mūḍha, foolish, grāheṇa, with endeavor, ātmanaḥ, of one's own self, yet which, pīḍayā, by torture, kriyate, is performed, tapaḥ, penance, parasya, to others, utsādana-artham, for the sake of causing annihilation. Ba, or. Tat, that. Tamasam, in a mode of darkness. Udāhṛtam is said to be. Please repeat. Penance, perform out of foolishness, with self-torture, or to destroy or injure others, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki, there are instances of foolish penance undertaken by demons like Hiraṇyakaśipu, who perform austere penance to become immortal and kill the demigods. He prayed to Brahmā for such things, but ultimately he was killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to undergo penances for something which is impossible is certainly in a mode of ignorance. Om jnana timirandasya jnananjana salakaya chakshurun miritam yena tasmai shri guruve namaha. Sri Chaitanya manobishtam stapitam yena bhutale swayam rupa kadhamayam dadati swapadantikam. He Krishna karuna sindhu dīnabandho jagatpate gopesa gopika kanta radha kanta namastute tapta kanchana gaurangi radhe vrindavaneshware vrishabhano sute devi pranamami haripriye vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaya cha patithanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I would like to welcome you all to our Srimad Bhagavad Gita class this evening on chapter 17. This is a division of faith, and we are speaking on 19 texts. So we see that in this chapter there are many divisions of the faith. There is also tapasya, penances in the three modes. Charity in all of the three modes. Dana in three modes. Food in all the three modes. Right. Bhakti also. But here it's not mentioned. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapila Muni explained, Bhakti also is performed in the three modes: goodness, passion and ignorance. It is not that bhakti is in the three modes. It's a performer. The performer is in the three modes. Bhakti is transcendental, but the performer can be in the three modes. For example, one who is considering is worshipping the deity, he and the deity only, nobody else. Is considered to be like a separatist. So is performing also bhakti in the different modes, passion or ignorance. But here penance, austerity, is explained about torturing oneself and causing injure to others, torturing one's body, right? So, and Prabhupada is giving the example, Hiraṇyakaśipu. Hiraṇyakashipu's austerity was in the modes of ignorance. As example Prabhupada is giving here, is austerity. Big tapasya. He was doing tapasya standing on one toe for many years, to the extent that the body was eaten by ants, right? After the body was eaten by ants. But he's doing that tapasya for some material benefits also. He wanted to become immortal, right? But one cannot become immortal by in tricky ways. By hook or crook, by trick, one cannot become immortal. Amar. One become Amar only by devotional service, by drinking Amrit, the real Amrit, Amrit. Amrit means death, Mrityu. Amrit, no death, eternity. Right? One who wants to become eternal only through devotional service. Right? But Hiraṇyakashipu, he wanted to become immortal by tricks. Right? So give me the benediction that he was asking Brahmā. Benediction that I will not die during the day, in the night, outside, inside. And for that he did such a big, huge tapasya, penance. And with the aim of becoming immortal and hurting the demigods. This kind of tapasya, to hurt also the demigods, and to torture oneself, and to also to hurt the demigods. So this kind of tapasya is not beneficial. You see, that's why it's in the mode of complete ignorance. So many others also, this was performed in Satya Yuga, right? In other yugas. Even Vishwamitra also was doing tapasya in the forest for 60,000 years. They can do that in other yugas, other ages. And we also find Sobari Muni, who also did tapasya in the water. Right? In the water, in the Yamuna water. So these tapasya, they have different modes. Even there, he fell down, fell prey. Sobari Muni, just by seeing two fish, he became attracted. His lusty desires aroused by seeing two fish. So, these are tapasya in different modes. Dhruva Maharaj also was doing tapasya, austerities. It is said that Dhruva Maharaj, he achieved the Supreme Lord only in 6 months. A tapasya, a kind of tapasya that no one has done. It's explained that he was doing tapasya, austerity for the first months. For the first months, he was only, after 3 days, I think, he was only eating fruits. Second month, after 6 days, he was eating, maybe drinking water. Third month, after 9 days, he was eating only leaves, 3 leaves. And fourth month, after 12 days like that, he would be only breathing. 9 or 12 days he would be breathing only. So 5th month he was able to stand on his toe. And 6 months he actually conquered. So 6 months, after 6 months, the Lord appeared. Right? Because there was suffocation everywhere. A demigod has gone to see Lord Vishnu. What is happening? They can't breathe. He stopped all the air circulation. And Vishnu said, don't worry, he's my devotee. I'm going down to speak to him. So then Lord Vishnu came. And I came to in his mind, he was able to see Lord Vishnu. And Vishnu disappeared, he opened his eyes, and then he saw Lord Vishnu in front of him. So tapasya, penance only for 6 months. And then when he opened his eyes, he saw Lord Vishnu. He was bewildered, he didn't know what to do. Lord in front of him. He's supposed to speak, to offer pranam, but he was bewildered. And Lord, it's explained that Lord touched his forehead with his sangh. And then he was able to speak, offering prayers to Lord Vishnu. And then he said also that Lord wanted to give him a boon. He said, I came here to search for broken glasses, but I found diamonds. This is Lord Vishnu. And he's repenting also. What is repenting is, I had a chance to ask for liberation. But what did I ask for? I asked something to get more entangled in this world. Right? Remember his mother Suniti? Suniti told him when he was crying, Suniti told Dhruv Maharaj, in this world no one would be able to help you. There is only one person. Who is he? Lord Vishnu. One person only can help you, Lord Vishnu. Who can mitigate your suffering. Even not me. I cannot help. She said, I am one mother. I can give you the love of one mother only. Because I am only one mother. I can offer you the love of one mother. But Vishnu can offer you the love of thousands of mothers. He can offer you, he can give you the love of thousands of mothers. I am just one mother. The only person who can mitigate your suffering is Lord Vishnu. There's no one else. Right? And then this is how Dhruv Maharaj asked, so how to find this Vishnu? Where does he reside? And he said, yes, in the forest. Lord reside in the forest, right? Even Krishna also. Krishna live in the forest of Vrindavan. It's a forest. Vrindavan is a forest. Even Ramchandra also, he went to the forest. So he's asking, where is that Lord? Where can I find him? In the forest. And Dhruv Maharaj came to the forest. He's here, Mathura, Dhruvatila, right? So, Madhuvan, in Madhuvan, that's where he was doing his tapasya, forest. So, but what happened? We've said tapasya in different modes, right? Goodness, passion, and ignorance. What was the tapasya that he did, Dhruv Maharaj? You see, it is said that Krishna speaks of karma yoga in Bhagavad Gita, beginning, and then the Jnana Yoga, and then the Ashtanga Yoga, right? He speaks of Ashtanga Yoga. But then at the end he says, give up all this. Sarva dharman paritaja mamekam sarana bhaktya mam abhijanati. Only through bhakti you can know me. Not the other process. No? He spoke about it. Yes, karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga. But then he said, no. Only through bhakti yoga. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. And this is like student is sitting for the exam. Exam paper has come to him on this table. So before he starts writing, you're supposed to be reading, no? First some conditions, some rules are there. You're supposed to be reading the rules. He did not read the rules. He just started giving the answer. 30 questions. But at the end it is mentioned, please do not write anything. Just write your name and give it back. So student has failed, right? Fail. Why? Because paper is saying don't write anything, only your name. So similarly, Krishna is saying karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, but then at the end he said, not all this. Bhakti only. Bhaktyamam abhijanati. This is how we can understand Krishna, through bhakti only. Bhakti is the topmost yoga system. Now, how is it that Dhruva Maharaj was doing Ashtanga Yoga? Right? And achieved the Supreme Lord. But in fact, who he met in the forest? Narada Muni, yes. So by the help of Gurudev, Narada Muni, Narada Muni, whoever he meets, anyone he meets, change completely. He can change his life. And there's no need for Bhakta course, Bhakti Shastri course, nothing. Just once he meets somebody, he changes his life. So then Narada Muni has taught him how to worship the Lord, how to perform Bhakti Yoga, how to, in the forest, simple way, to make the murti and worship the Lord. So Narada Muni instructed him in Bhakti Yoga, right? So the point is, the other yogas, they can become complete only if it is mixed with bhakti. Understand this point? The other yoga process, they can become complete when it is mixed with bhakti yoga. But bhakti yoga does not depend on the other process. Because bhakti yoga is its own authority. Bhakti yoga is its own fruits. Bhakti yoga is its own fruits. Bhakti yoga does not depend on any other authority. Right? So this is how bhakti is the highest. So for Ashtanga Yoga to become complete, it depends on bhakti. Right? So mix with bhakti, and then they can be complete. Whichever, karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga. Now, some ashtanga yogi, they also pronounce Om. No? is Om used by the Ashtanga yogis. Right? The Jnanis also. But reciting Om, where does one go? Om is also God. Om is God, definitely. But it's the impersonal aspect of God. Om is impersonal aspect of God. But one reciting Om, he goes to Brahma-jyoti. Because Om is the impersonal aspect of God. Right? But it's explained, Acharyas explained, if somebody is reciting Om at the end of life, is reciting Om and also understand that Om is Krishna. And he's thinking of Krishna. And then he will go back to Golokdham. Even if he recite Om, but understand that Om is thinking of Krishna, then he will go back to, because it's mixed with bhakti. Right? Then he will go back to Godhead. But only reciting Om, thinking of impersonal, he will go to Brahma-jyoti. Right? Because Om is generic. Om is generic. Like, for example, we say the Prime Minister. I have said only Prime Minister. Did you understand something about it? I have said only Prime Minister. It is general, generic. But who is the Prime Minister? We don't know. I have said just only Prime Minister. When we say Om, it's like saying a Prime Minister. But who is that Prime Minister? We don't know. He's someone, but we don't know. But if I say the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, I have taken his name, right? What comes to your mind? Yes, he's got white hair, white beard, it got chashma, right? And he's always doing like this, right? So only by taking his name, whole picture comes of the Prime Minister. So this is why by taking the names of Lord, the whole picture comes. His nama, guna, roop and lila. Everything comes just by taking his name. No, names of God, names of the Lord. Nama, rupa, gun and lila. Everything comes. So why I'm taking the names of Narendra Modi, everything comes. His hair, his dress, his behavior. But Om is like saying the Prime Minister only. It is generic. This is why in many places in Bhagavad Gita, in this Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, there Krishna speaks about Om. Krishna speaks about the chakra, 6 chakra we have to develop. There Prabhupada is writing, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Somebody may say, or Mayavadi may say, Swamiji, why are you writing Mahamantra? In the slok there is no name of Krishna mentioned, you are writing Mahamantra. Prabhupada said, I know, you don't know. Because Prabhupada is writing his purport according to his name also. What is Prabhupada's name? Bhakti Vedanta. So Bhakti is the ant of knowledge. Bhakti is a conclusion. Ved ant. Ved ka ant. Vedas, the conclusion of Vedas is bhakti. That's why you see, Prabhupada always jumped to the conclusion. Many times, if you read the purport everywhere, where there's Om, there is Astanga Yoga, Chakra, there Prabhupada is writing. Not only one, 2 times in the purports. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. He knows. What is the goal of the Vedas? To know? Vedasya sarver aham eva vedyo. That's a goal. The aim of knowledge is to know Krishna. If you're reading the whole Vedas, whole Shastra, you don't recognize Krishna as supreme, then it's a waste. This is what happened to the Brahmanas, the Yajnik Brahmanas in Mathura. When the Gopas went to ask for food, they did not give. They were busy doing yajna. But the Lord was already there. They failed to recognize. But the wife, who did not know anything about Vedas, yajnas, mantras, cleanliness, nothing. But they have been able to recognize. They took all the preparation to Krishna. See? So, one may become a very erudite and still fail to understand Krishna. Right? So, yes, the Vedas, the deal also, I mean, somebody can read even Bhagavad Gita. They'll read the Bhagavad Gita. You can learn the art of fighting. Reading the Gita, you can manage my time. Reading Bhagavad Gita, you can also learn about many other things. But that's not the goal. What is the goal of the Gita? Vedasya sarver aham eva vedyo. Goal of knowledge is to know me, is to understand Krishna, is to serve Krishna. Right? This is the goal of knowledge. Arjuna understood it. Right? So, and Arjuna understood. Arjuna, he said, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitam Paramam Bhavam. After hearing the Chaturshloki, why Chaturshloki is important? 4 slokas. Because this is the last instruction Krishna gave to Arjuna. Before Arjuna gave his conclusion. What is Arjuna's conclusion? Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitam Paramam Bhavam. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that was concluded before by Narada, Vyasa, and other acharyas. They have concluded. Now you're telling me about it. So we understand that tapasya, everything we do. Bhagavad Gita explained, Vedesu yagnesu tapasyu chaiva danesu. Vedesu yagnesu yagya tapasya and dan. Just by performing bhakti, one will get the results of the Vedas, Vedesu, of Yagyas, of Dana, Danesu, Tapasya. Let us see Prabhupada. Okay, let us take example of Prabhupada. Did Prabhupada achieve all the result of all the other process? Yes. What is the goal of reading Vedas? Is to achieve knowledge. So Prabhupada only by bhakti, did he get knowledge? Yes. This verse is saying, Vedesu yagnesu tapasu chaiva danesu. Prabhupada, by doing bhakti, he had achieved the result of one who read the Vedas. Vedesu yagnesu. What is the result of yagya? Is to become purified. Did Prabhupada become purified by doing bhakti? Yes. Vedesu yagnesu tapasyu. What is the result of tapasya? One get powers, right? Tapasya one gets mystic power. Prabhupada had the powers? Yes, only by doing bhakti. And what is Prabhupada's mystic power? Somebody asked Prabhupada, can you do magic? Swamiji, can you do magic? Swamiji said, yes. What's your magic? Because people think Swami must be doing magic. Yes, look at these young American boys and girls. Now they have shaved their head and putting sari and dhoti, kurta, tilak, and they have become vegetarian. This is my magic. So this is Prabhupada's power, mystic power. He was able to change the people. Vedesu, yagnesu, tapasyu, danesu. Dan, what do we get by giving dan? We get also, you give dan, you get also wealth. Prabhupada became wealthy? Yes. I think he's the richest person in the whole universe. Right? With only 40 rupees invested, and ISKCON was made all over the world. Right? So, just by doing bhakti, one can achieve the result of all the other performance of all the other process. Only by bhakti yoga. So we have to be convinced about that. How? Is not by tapasya. And this tapasya is this penance, is in the modes of ignorance. Not tapasya will not be able to understand God, but this one is the mode of ignorance. This is very far away. Right? Vikrasur. Vikrasur? Bhasmasur, right? Bhasmasur. He was also doing performance of tapasya. Swaha, Swaha, he's worshipping Lord Shiva. He was cutting his flesh. Cutting his flesh and offering to the as ahuti. And he was doing the last one, about to cut his head. This is what it is said here. Tapasya in the mode of ignorance. Means torturing one's body and hurting others. Yeah? So Vikrasur, he was about to chop his head and offer as ahuti in the fire. And Lord Shiva had to come. Hey, wait. What are you doing? Please give me the blessing. In my hand become powerful. And on anybody's head I'm going to put my hands, going to crack and die. Explode and die. And Lord Shiva had to give tathastu. No. So Vikrasur became powerful. This is very demoniac. Right? So when austerities are performed by the demons, it's always creating havoc. Even using the Vedas, Lord Vishnu told, who was that? Muni giving curse, Durvasa Muni. When Durvasa Muni was cursing Ambarish Maharaj, trying to kill Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj is a great devotee. And Vishnu had to send his chakra to protect Ambarish Maharaj. And he was chasing Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni has to run for his life. He went to Brahmalok for protection, cannot. He went to Lord Shiva for protection. Shiva said, I can't do anything. He even went to Vishnu for protection. Vishnu said, I can't do anything. I'm controlled by my devotees. And if you want to ask for forgiveness, go and ask from Ambarish Maharaj. So he came to Ambarish Maharaj. But Vishnu is saying that when the Vedas or tapasya or mystic power is not used properly by the proper person, it will create havoc. Ravan also knew the Vedas, right? Ravana, he knew Vedas. He was doing tapasya also. The demons also, they can give, they know about giving dan. Bali Maharaj, he knew about dan. That also process can be used by the demon. Vedesu, yagnesu, tapasu, danesu. These things that demons also used. Right? Duryodhana, he knew also how to give dan. But intention is different. Right? So, yeah, Bhasmasur, then Vikrasur, he saw Parvati, his lusty desires aroused, and he was thinking, let me finish Lord Shiva, put my hand upon his head, and then I can enjoy. So Lord Shiva had to run, went to Lord Vishnu. So the point is, this kind of tapasya that Vikrasur was doing is also in the modes of ignorance, penance. Remember, 2 points is mentioned here. Penance in the modes of ignorance, they torture oneself and causing harm to others. This is what Vikrasur, torturing his body to get power, but then to harm other people. So all the demons, they are doing that. Ravana, Hiraṇyakaśipu, Vikrasur, but then they were doomed. Although very, very powerful Hiraṇyakaśipu was, he asked Prahlad, how come that you're not afraid of me? When I become angry, all the demigods with the planets, they start shaking. They're afraid of me. I'm the controller of the whole universe now. And Prahlad said, Pitaji, you have not been able to control your anger. Even the anger you have not been able to control, how can you control the whole universe? Right? So, they are bewildered by this mystic power. Mystic power, what does it do? There was this question you asked by Parishit Maharaj. Why Rishabdev did not use his mystic power? Why devotees do not use the mystic power? Because we cannot trust the mind. We cannot trust the mind. Because this mystic power will bewilder oneself. Like Lord Brahmā. Brahmā was trying to bewilder Krishna with his mystic power. But in so doing, he himself was bewildered. Yes. He was trying to bewilder Krishna. And we say Brahmā Vimohan Lila. So he was trying to bewilder Krishna. And at the end himself was bewildered. Right? It happened. We have seen it. Many, many people who want to become God, who want to use this mystic power, and people are saying, oh, you are God, eh? And then they start thinking, yes, maybe. I forgot about it. So this mystic power would bewilder oneself. You've seen it many times. Right? So Lord Brahmā was bewildered himself by trying to mystify Krishna. By trying to mystify Krishna, himself was mystified. He was bewildered. And one example given, Parishit Maharaj said, if a hunter catching one animal alive, bring the animal home, a wild animal, and if the hunter is not watchful, what will happen? What will happen to the animal? Can run away. And second, it could kill the hunter. So this is the answer. This is why we cannot trust the mind. Right? We cannot trust the animal. They'd run away, it would kill the hunter. So we cannot trust the mind. The mind, if you're not careful, control, it will run away. Enjoy sense gratification. Or the mind, the senses will kill ourselves. So this is why the answer is like that. Mystic power is not used. Just like we cannot trust the mind. And this mystic power, bewildering, many people they have mystic power. And that mystic power bewilder themselves. Right? Rather, Prabhupada is using his mystic power in devotional service. So, this is how Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate. Right? Bhakti Yoga doesn't depend on any other authority. Bhakti Yoga is its own fruits. Bhakti Yoga is its own authority. And Bhakti Yoga does not depend on other yogas, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, nothing like that. Of course, Jnana is required. There is harmony between Jnana and Bhakti, but they are not interdependent. They are not interdependent. This doesn't mean this one depends on the other one, this one depends on the other. No. That's Narada Muni saying that's wrong. Bhakti is completely independent. So this is why Krishna has to tell about all these different division of fate. Right? And many types of division of fate, mode of goodness, ignorance, worship in the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. Charity in the modes of passion, goodness, ignorance. Dana, mode goodness, passion and ignorance. So Krishna has to give all these points just to make us understand. So Hare Krishna, Sri Prabhupada ki. I will stop here, Bhagavad Gita. I would maybe ask if you have some question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you for explaining so nicely and very simple way. So as here in the purport it is described about tapasya in the mode of ignorance. So it is example is given of Hiraṇyakaśipu. But for our, suppose how can I analyze myself that am I doing right? My tapasya is in goodness, passion, ignorance. So some useful things for devotees especially, because even in our spiritual life also, it is sometimes we may have doing tapasya in mode of ignorance. So,
yeah. I mean, as devotees, where is our stand? We're supposed to be standing on transcendental modes, right? Because Vedas deal with the three modes. Vedas deals with three modes. So we have to rise above the three modes. Which level we should come to? Suddha Sattva. But are we there all the time?
No. That's why we need scanning, of course.
Yeah, we're not there always. Maybe sometime when we're dancing in ecstasy, right? We're in ecstasy, transcendental. Or when we're doing some arti, maybe. But we're not always there. Where do we stand? we have to stand in the mode of goodness. Right? And from there you can move to transcendental mode. Prabhupada gave the example, airport. You go to airport is like modes of goodness. But getting into the flight, it is transcendental mode, Suddha-sattva. But to be able to get into the flight, you have to go to the airport. Right? But airport itself is not the goal. People go to airport to go to the flight. But many people also go to airport, they come back home. Those who work at the airport, right? They don't take the flight. They go work at the airport and then they come home. So if you still remain always in goodness, tendency you can also come down. Passion and ignorance. Like people who come home, they don't get into the flight. So, but our point is we have to stand in the mode of goodness, but goodness is not the ultimate. That will help us to get into transcendental mode, to help us to get into the flight, and we can go. Right? So, but Mrigari's case, Mrigari, he became such a pure devotee like this, and he did not go to the airport. What happened to him? He was picked up by helicopter. Sometimes you have flood, right? Flood, water. And the helicopter come and pick the person. Mrigari was picked up by whom? Narad Muni. So Narad Muni did not do any class, did not go to school, Gurukul, nothing. This was mercy case. So he was picked up by helicopter. No airport. He did not go to airport. He was picked up by helicopter, by Narad Muni. So we have to be always standing. Our standing should be in the modes of goodness. And from there, one can actually go to the mode of transcendental modes. Right? Suddha-sattva. So, yeah, checks and balance. If you're chanting is sleepy, dizzy, lazy, then we are in modes, lower modes is affecting, right? You don't get up in the morning. This is mode of ignorance, right? Sleeping is in the modes of ignorance. So we can check and balance. But our goal is to rise to the mode of goodness, and then, because there is competition among these modes. There is competition. Sometimes the mode of goodness become high, sometimes passion become high, and goodness go low, and sometimes the ignorance come higher. You know, there is competition among these modes, right? But this is why mode of goodness is higher. We should stand there, because we are not always in the mode of transcendental mode. We have to come modes of goodness, and then we rise to modes of Suddha-sattva, go higher. Right? Thank you. Any other question?
Hare Krishna. Thank you for a very wonderful class. My query is, Narada Muni in the previous life.
Maybe you can speak with that mic louder.
Yeah, I'll try. My throat is... Narada Muni in the previous life when he was child, maid servant Narada Muni. Narada Muni also got the blessing of the Bhakti Vedantas, but when he saw the Lord said that you still have to continue in your devotional practice, and he became Narad Muni in the next life. Same age like Dhruva Maharaj also, what example we took of Dhruva Maharaj, what he achieved in 6 months, Narada also achieved, but he couldn't perfect it. Lord just gave him one vision and then he went away. So I just wanted to understand like how that is different, like Dhruva Maharaj and Narad Muni's earlier birth. Both got mercy. Here Dhruva Maharaj got mercy of Narad Muni. Dhruva Maharaj got mercy of Narad Muni. Then he perfected, like the mercy of the pure devotee. Narad Muni, as a maidservant boy, he also got mercy of Bhakti Vedantas. But he had to practice whole of his life to perfect himself, and then he became in the next life. But Dhruva Maharaj perfected in the same life, and then he went to the Vaikuntha Loka. So I just wanted to understand how should we understand these two devotees?
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Narad Muni, he was, even before becoming that boy, he was person of the higher planets. One time when, I think his name was Upavarna, something like that. There was Sankirtan. He was participating in Sankirtan, but instead of glorifying Krishna, he was singing love song. There were many ladies around. And then because of that, he was cursed to become son of a Sudrani, right? That's how he became the son of a Sudrani. And in Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 9, text 2, Prabhupada is giving the example of Narad Muni. Because Narad Muni himself is telling to Vyasadeva about the Pratyakshagamam dharmyam. Pratyakshagamam dharmyam. This bhakti is direct. Is directly performed. Pratyaksha agamam dharmyam. No? So, and Prabhupada is using that example of Narad Muni to explain how he received the mercy of bhakti immediately. Right? Bhakti is other things, other yoga system, it is not direct. But bhakti is direct. Pratyaksha agamam dharmyam. Dharma is direct. Susukam avyayam, right? Is directly achieved and also blissfully performed. So this is why Prabhupada is using direct achievement of bhakti by giving an example of Narad Muni in Bhagavad Gita. So then after that he was cursed to become the son of a Sudrani. And then because his mother was serving the Bhakti Vedantas and during Chaturmas, right? So he was serving them. And then with the permission of the Bhakti Vedantas, he was eating the remnants. So again, Bhakti Yoga is direct. Only by eating remnants, he got the mercy. And then he actually achieved. He became in his next birth, he became Narad Muni. Bhakta pada duli, bhakta pada jal, bhakta bhukti avases, 18 mahabal. The remnants of the devotees, the water that has washed their feet, and the uchishta, the remnants, and the dust, the water, 18 mahabal. So because of this, of the remnants, he asked for permission first, then he took. So because of that, he actually became Narad Muni in his next birth, right? So, that happened because we understand that this is the mercy of the Lord, and at time it is a mercy, actually. It is the mercy of the Lord, because Dhruva Maharaj, like for example, we'll see how did Bharat Maharaj fell down. He was such an exalted devotee. And also Sukadeva Goswami, Maharaj Parishdas, how is it that Priyavrat, yes, he renounced everything. He went to the forest, took sannyas, and he came back to Grihastha life. So how did he fall down? But there's two ways of falling down. One is Vaishnava Aparad. If one committing Vaishnava Aparad, one will fall down definitely. But the other way of falling down, if it is a desire of the Lord. If the Lord desire, if it is His desire, then one can also fall down. Like in the case of Bharat Maharaj. Right? Bharat Maharaj, it was not a question of fall down. He did not do anything wrong. It was a desire of the Lord. Right? So many examples. Jai Vijay also. Jai and Vijay, it was this desire that they come down. Because the Lord wanted to fight. With whom He would fight? Only His devotee, right? So at times the Lord also places the devotees in that situation like that. You know? So it is not that Narad Muni was impure, because Narad Muni is in an eternal associate, right? Narad Muni is one of the Mahajan, eternally liberated soul, right? So that's my understanding. At times the Lord also would want this desire, right, for the devotees to come down to perform pastime with Him. So, but also we can see that Dhruva Maharaj in this lifetime, in his body, same body, is all because of Narad Muni, mercy of Narad Muni, and the other way. So we can see the power of Narad Muni, the purity of Narad Muni also. That's an example I want to give here. And not only that, when Dhruva was going, he said, what about my mother? Right? He said, what about my mother? Because here, his mother was his guru in one sense, who showed him the way. One who showed the path of devotion, his first guru. So, and Shishya, here, the Shishya is delivering the guru. Right? Shishya can deliver also. Shishya, Dhruva is Shishya, right? Mother is guru. So Shishya is delivering the guru. That's also possible. And this is all because of Narad Muni. And then Vishnu told him, yeah, your mother is already going there. See, the flight was going. The mother is going there. Prabhupada also once said, also Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, if I can make a pure devotee, pure disciple who can deliver me. You know? So that's also possible. Thank you. Any other question? I will stop. Our time is over. Thank you very much for all your attention. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gopamanande.